How y'all doing, guys? Welcome back to Retro Dodo. Now, the Game Boy Advance was one of my most played handhelds ever. I remember getting one as a kid and I just couldn't put it down. And still to this day, I'm finding myself going back to it. But what I get asked a lot is what are the best games for it? So I thought I'd put together this video showing the top 10 best Game Boy Advance games of all time. Golden Sun and Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Golden Sun and The Lost Age needs to be played in succession to fully understand the storyline. Think of it as being like the two parts of the last Hunger Games movie. Except the first game isn't mind-numbingly dull, and the second game isn't a remake of the first. The player must head out on a mission to try and stop the magical powers of alchemy from being released throughout the world of Wayard. Turn-based play, collectibles, new and exciting powers, and intriguing characters makes this story one that you will want to be playing on your way home from work. Golden Sun ends almost on a cliffhanger, so make sure that you have both games before you set off on your adventure. It's a colourful title imbued with magic and mystery, and a game that deserves to be in our top 10 list. Nine. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It would have been a crime not to include Final Fantasy Tactics Advance in our list. Like Ogre Tactics, this Final Fantasy spin-off is a mind-bending tactical title that requires the patience of a saint and the brains of the God of War himself. As the player, you must put together the ultimate band of fighters and complete a series of epic battles. The game follows 4 children from a small town who find themselves in some sort of parallel world after messing around with a magical book. Why can't kids stop sticking their noses where they don't belong, hey? Tactics Advance is another Square classic and a superb game to kick back with a cup of tea after a hard day at work. Unless you work as an army tactician expert, that is, then you might want to have a go at Harvest Moon to let off a bit of steam. 8. Castlevania: Aria of Sorrow. Epic music, side-scrolling skeletons, and dangerous dungeons. Just the way we like it. Aria of Sorrow is the third and final Game Boy Advance game in the series, and it's also the best. Castlevania dominates the action RPG genre and continues to do so today. The combination of mind-bending puzzles with terror-inspiring enemies is a surefire winner. Plus, the characters and storylines are always super memorable. Aria of Sorrow sees a young character named Soma take to Dracula's castle for more horror-fueled action. Dracula died back in 1999 when the Belmont clan finally put an end to his devious ways, but now it's 2035, the year that the prophecy says his reincarnation will return to the castle to rule them all. There are various characters that Soma must interact with and battle against as he progresses through the game. It's a bloody good game, pun intended, and one that does justice to the saga. 7. Yoshi's Island. I'm a big fan of the next title in our list. I played Yoshi's Island when it was on the SNES, and I loved being able to play the handheld version when it came out. Back in the day, this artistic style was very different to the pre-rendered styles of Donkey Kong Country and Earthworm Jim. The Game Boy Advance graphics are lighter and brighter, but still capture that exciting feeling of the original home console version. Normally, Mario is telling Yoshi where to go, but this time, it's Yoshi's turn to do the leading. After Baby Mario is separated from Baby Luigi by that meddlesome Kamek, the Yoshis of Yoshi's Island must work together to reunite them. This game was the first title to show Yoshi's signature flutter jump and his ability to turn enemies into eggs. There are lots of collectibles and puzzles to solve, and the game itself is a joy to play right from the moment you turn on your Game Boy Advance. Six. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Mario has proved his worth in lots of different games over the years and shown that he is more than capable of heading up a game on his own. But things are always better when you do them as a family, as Luigi is all too keen to point out in this turn-based attack game that requires true brotherly intuition. The enemies in this game take a fair beating, and you'll need to use all of the crazy solo and bros attacks to whittle their health down to 0. It's an RPG with a difference, and that difference is the comedy dialogue between Mario and Luigi. The graphics are bright and enjoyable. The gameplay is so well thought out that you won't want to put it down. The interaction between the characters is spot on, and the special moves that the two plumbers can pull off will leave you amazed. If you buy or try one game on this list, make sure it's this one. You will not be disappointed. 5. Metroid Fusion. Not only is Samus the most gnarly female on the planet, or any other planet for that matter, but she's also one of the most powerful and fearless characters in the Nintendo franchise. Her job is to travel through outer space killing deadly enemies and various versions of Ridley that just don't seem to want to die. Metroid Fusion, like its predecessors, is a side-scrolling, open-world adventure game with plenty of puzzles, shooting, space-age battles, and weird-looking enemies. Samus has to defeat infected foes to obtain parts of her power suit and lost abilities, but she still looks super awesome on the front cover. What more is there to say about Metroid games? They're an institution. From the Game Boy Color to the DS, these games are fun to play on any platform and have a playability factor that far outlasts the recommended completion time. If you're after a futuristic shooter title with a compelling storyline for your portable powerhouse, then give Metroid Fusion a try. There's a reason why it's on our list of the best Game Boy Advance games, after all. 4. Super Mario Advance. Super Mario Advance isn't a new title. It's a remake of Super Mario Bros. 2, and also includes the original Super Mario Bros. Arcade game. It is, however, an incredible remake featuring richer graphics and better designed backgrounds. Not to mention the detailed improvements to the characters themselves. You can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach or Toad in the side-scrolling Mario Classic. Each character has different abilities that are useful in different situations. And unlike other Mario games, enemies must be defeated by throwing things at them, such as radishes. There are 20 levels to play through, all of which are spread throughout the game's 7 worlds. In true Mario fashion, each of these worlds has its own obstacles to overcome. All of the usual suspects return as enemies to defeat, including Shy Guy. The inclusion of Mario Bros. Arcade game is a nice touch too. 3. Pokemon Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. We've given you 3 of the best Game Boy Advance games ever for the price of 1 here. With Pokemon fever spreading across the globe once more after the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield, it seems only right that we pay homage to these 3 amazing pocket monster titles. Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby changed the way that we play Pokemon forever. If you're new to the series and have been loving the double battles, abilities, and options to improve your Pokemon's nature while playing Sword and Shield, then you have these 3 games to thank them for. A lot of people dislike the fact that you couldn't bring Pokemon from Gold or Silver into the game, but sometimes you've got to let go of the past and just enjoy the new. Pikachu can't be your go-to warrior forever, you know? The battles run primarily in the same style as Red and Blue, apart from the aforementioned changes, and the gameplay is, as you would expect, from a Pokemon game, truly awesome. If you missed any of these games, then I urge you to go back and give them a try. Put your Switch down and go back to where some of your favourite features began. 2. The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. The Minish Cap is one of the few titles that Nintendo didn't develop, with Capcom taking up the reins and trying their hand at creating an adventure game for our own green-garbed hero. The gameplay is perfect, bringing the best part of Link's Awakening and A Link to the Past together and mixing them with some fresh and exciting ideas that take Link to a whole nother level. That level is, thanks to the Eslo the Minish Cap, super small. Link can now shrink down and visit the world of the Picori, exploring new places that he wouldn't have been able to reach had it not been for the cranky friend atop his head. It's a nice idea to give Link's hat a persona of its own, and one that Mario would go on to adopt in Super Mario Odyssey. It's a Zelda game, which means that you have to play it. Give it a go and tell us what you think. Number 1. Mario Kart Super Circuit. It just had to be, didn't it? Mario Kart is and always will be one of the best games that Nintendo has ever made, and a deserved winner of the top spot in our list of the best Game Boy Advance games ever made. You might not think that the first portable outing of Mazza and the gang is such a big deal, what with Mario Kart Tour now available for pretty much every smartphone under the sun. The game was a huge success, and the fact that you could play Mario Kart on the bus, at the back of the classroom, or with your mates at the park was just out of this world. Mario Kart Super Circuit had some great tracks, and all of the usual suspects available as racers. The graphics were great, the gameplay was even better, and the fact that you could link up with your mates for 4-player action topped the whole thing off nicely. Players could race around 20 new tracks and the original 20 tracks from the very first Super Mario Kart game, making this a must-have for fans of the series. It might not look as crisp and as clear as Mario Kart 8, but it's a great title and one that changed portable racing forever. Everyone loves Mario Kart because it's so simple to play. That's why it's at the top of our list, and it's here to stay. So there you have it, our top 10 list of the best Game Boy Advance games of all time. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comments below, and let us know what console you want us to do next. If you do want a bigger list, there is a top 35 Game Boy Advance list that we made just for you over on our website in the description box below. As per usual, thanks for watching. If you want to support us even more, we do have a Patreon, so go over there and check us out. See you in the next one. Peace.